Free football picks from offshoreinsiders.com and your news and notes. Tailgate party information from offshoreinsiders.com. Joe Duffy, we're 14-4 in football this year, NFL and college football. First Wise Guy play of college football goes Saturday. Plus, we've got a total of 5 college football winners in all, including the 2 big marquee games, Florida State and Alabama, Michigan and Florida at offshoreinsiders.com. From Joe Duffy's picks, let's take a look at some news and notes on these games. Maryland and Texas debut for Texas head coach Tom Herman. Maryland running back Ty Johnson ran for a stunning 1,040 yards on just 110 carries last year. Sophomore Lorenzo Harrison averaged 9.1 yards per carry for them. Texas struggled last year against those quality running teams, but they do return 17 starters, but just 3 senior starters. Maryland with 7 starters back on the defensive side of the ball. Kent and Clemson. Kent head coach Paul Haynes is on medical leave, so Don Treadwell calling the shots, and all they're playing, of course, is the defending national champions. No big deal. Clemson replacing most skilled position players from the national championship team, of course, led by Deshaun Watson. Superstar quarterback, one of the great quarterbacks in the history of the game, and 2-time 1,000-yard receiver Mike Williams. Only team to beat Clemson last season was Pitt. Now, Kent, resembles them with multiple formations and a versatile quarterback in Nick Holley, who led the team in rushing. Game 1 with a line of 35 or higher is going over 52-35, so games that are expected to be blowouts tend to go over early in the year, is what that stat says. Not an official free pick, though, from offshoreinsiders.com. BYU and LSU. LSU edge rusher and star defensive end Arden Key is out. This game was moved because of Hurricane Harvey. The BYU with one game under their belt. Teams playing their first game versus an opponent with at least one game under their belt are 448 and 452. Hence, almost a coin flip. Ball State and Illinois, all 4 starters on the defensive line are going for Illinois. Ball State averaged 220 rushing yards per game last year. They've got a star running back in James Gilbert, who rushed for 1,300 yards. Good backups. Illinois' most experienced defensive back, Jalen Dunlap, is very doubtful, as he did not play during training camp. Running back Reggie Corbin is out for Illinois, averaged 6 yards per carry last year. Free winner is Ball State. Wyoming and Iowa. Iowa often plays up or down in the competition. Wyoming has an NFL prospect, Josh Allen, at quarterback. Cowboys are minus their top 3 receivers from last year. Iowa starting quarterback, let's get those notes in front of me. But Iowa starting quarterback, Manny Ragumba, is suspended. He's considered their top corner. Iowa offense coordinator Brian Ferentz has never called plays before. Now, Bowling Green to Michigan State. Michigan State much more experienced and proven at running back than they are at wide receiver. Bowling Green, their top returning safety, Jamari Bozeman, is out. Bowling Green does run an up-tempo offense. Defense wore down, getting outscored 220 to 136 in the second half of games, including 120 to 59 in the third quarter and overtime. Michigan State offered their worst season since 1982, so they might come out looking for blood. Don't expect them to look ahead and look past Bowling Green. Now, quarterback Brian Lewerke for Michigan State recovered from a broken leg. Expectations are very high for him. But Bowling Green hopes that James Morgan improves on his 16 to 15 touchdown to turnover ratio. He did start 7 games last year and threw for more than 2,000 yards. Akron and Penn State look ahead. Once rival Pittsburgh is on the ledger for Penn State, which opens with 3 straight home games. Penn State with superior speed, wide receiver height, and backfield depth. California and North Carolina. California's body clock is going to say 9:20 as they've traveled 2,370 miles. They arrived on Thursday morning. Both teams rebuilding at quarterback. UNC, of course, Mitchell Trubisky, the top pick in the draft. Cal's Davis Webb went in the 3rd round. Maybe some thunderstorms before kickoff, highs in the mid-80s. Auburn and Georgia Southern, and this applies to both UTEP and Oklahoma as well. Games won with lines of 35 or higher. Games that are expected to be blowout tend to go over the total early in the year, so that would apply to both the Georgia Southern and Oklahoma games. UMass and Coastal Carolina. UMass with one game under their belt, but teams playing their first game versus an opponent with at least one game under their belt are 448 and 452, hence almost a coin flip. However, when the team is off a loss, they're 229 and 215, 68 and 55 if the team we're betting is at home, so that would give a modest edge to Coastal Carolina. All the top sports books are at offshoreinsiders.com, thoroughly vetted. Use promo code Duffy, though, at mybookie.ag for the maximum sign-up bonus allowed. Mybookie.ag, 50% sign-up bonus if you use the promo code Duffy, D-U-F-F-Y.
The new year comes with new ways for pros to save at Lowe's. Like when you're ready to tackle your taxes, we'll help you save up to $100 off federal tax preparation when you file through TurboTax. All you have to do is sign up to become a Lowe's Pro Loyalty member by January 25th, and the savings is yours. This exclusive offer is for new Lowe's Pro Loyalty members only, so sign up at lowesforpros.com/proloyalty. Lowe's, the new home for pros. Discount valid on select TurboTax services through October 15th. More terms apply. U.S. only.